Hello, welcome to another episode of Masters of the Air, Episodes 1, 2. The 100th bombs German U-boat pens in Norway. With the help of Lt. Crosby's navigation, a damaged B-17 struggles to get back to Britain. Masters of the Air, with its 2-episode launch, immerses the viewer in the cinematic scale of the Apple TV limited series. We meet the characters, hear the lively score, and admire the clever clothing. However, we also see the horrors of war and grief falling from the skies. Masters of the Air episodes hit hard on their first outing, and that trend is likely to continue as you learn more about the men's experiences. Producers Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg, who took viewers into the trenches with Band of Brothers and the Pacific, returned to narrate battle stories in Masters of the Air.
Command pilot to tail. How we looking back there?
Well, that sure depends who you're asking about.
WWII storylines are not fresh material. Several variants of them were on TV and in movies last year, but Masters of the Air takes spectators to a different place. This 9-episode limited series takes place in the iron bellies of the B-17 flying fortress. The B-17 seconds are large and imposing, and they are responsible for attacking Nazi objectives. However, while they can be triumphant flying machines, they can also be graves. The Masters of the Air debut episodes are genuinely spectacular achievements that highlight WWII technology and the human cost of flying them. The most fascinating scenes of the series, as with Band of Brothers and the Pacific before it, focus on how troops react to the catastrophe around them. The series begins bright and vibrant, with new pilots eager to fight. In all honesty, they're itching to fight, but then they're gone.
Hey, what's going on up there? Shouldn't we be turning?
In intense aerial combat, the B-17 seconds turn into tombstones. They are destroyed by shrapnel. They were shot out of the sky. The planes are too large to maneuver independently and must rely on one another to survive. But as they fall one by one, the risk to the remaining planes grows. The action phase is accompanied by a stirring tune, but it's the cutting gunshots and the noise inside the planes that really disturb you. The Masters of the Air episodes 1, 2. We can watch the suffering inflicted when the entire fleet approaches zero. We witness bodies being torn apart and burned. These flying fortresses are alarming. A hole in the turret allows a pilot to freeze. An overheated rifle can burn your palms. All of this unfolds as a cascading tragedy rather than a triumphant battle. Masters of the Air episodes 1 and 2 must be seen together. You can see the excitement in joining the battle, but there is a genuine human cost to that fight as well. Until you realize the weight of anguish that comes with seeing everyone you flew with never return, this latter feature is what sets the series apart. It strikes a balance between the brashness of battle and the sensitivity of bereavement.
Got it. Ready for autopilot.
And a holding straight on level 155, indicated airspeed, autopilot on. Pilot to bombardier the ship.
It transforms even the most confident pilot into a terrified child, which is heartbreaking. Episode 1 concludes with Buck questioning, "Why didn't you tell me it was like that?" It's all Buck can do as he lands after losing 30% of his fleet. To which Bucky replies, "I didn't know how to." The horror of being in the B-17 is something that the airmen must experience. It cannot be told, but the audience and men must experience it. But the aftermath is just as traumatic. They are brought away to debrief and relive their friends' deaths. Masters of the Air episode 2 begins with the triage station and the loud and chaotic interrogation of the troops who survived the battle. It is a count of casualties, not only the deceased. There is a newfound appreciation for the air, as well as fury over the losses. Masters of the Air episodes 1, 2 demonstrate that there is weight to the world. Casualties are one thing.
Hold up! Hold up! Let's hear those sirens.
All personnel.
The guilt of survival, as well as the fear of returning, are powerful emotions. What begins as a magnificent tribute to airmen quickly devolves into pure agony. There's nothing glamorous about flying or landing. All of this is painful, and few of the pilots know how to deal, let alone do more than either go on or crumble under the weight of losing comrades. It's a brutal realism that shows promise for the series. Each man carries suffering beneath their bravado, and you can see it in every performer before and after they take to the air. Barry Keoghan, Austin Butler, and Callum Turner all deliver outstanding performances. The performers' chemistry is evident, whether they are stoic or brash, although both have suffered losses. They all bear the weight of the conflict with a somber demeanor. Their peaceful moments are just as powerful as the times they battle. The great times are when they talk about the world, their home, and whether or not they will survive. The fact that the Royal Air Force gets to fly their missions at night while the Americans conduct suicide runs is brilliantly handled. But it isn't about giving up on the males. It's about making a firm commitment to make it through. Masters of the Air episodes 1, 2 are a brilliant and heartbreaking start to the limited series. They provide equal parts spectacle and passion while never losing sight of the fear associated with conflict. Each of these men is traumatized, and it's evident that these incidents are merely the beginning. Thank you for watching.